Yeah, good morning. Welcome to BankrollGrind. I'm going to start here our session of 2NL Bankroll Challenge. Hope you guys enjoy. So we have a bit of a delay here. We need to start at 9 o'clock with some technical problems and some updates in the party poker. Make me start slightly later, but all now resolved, hopefully. And we're going to go from there. King deuce, we're not going to defend here. Deuce 4 exactly the same. We're not going to defend this kind of hands, so we're going to pass. We see open under the gun, 3 bets here. We end up in a button with 10-8, so we're going to pass. Jack 3, we going to let this hand go. Opening here, King Queen suited. We have a caller. We flop the queen. I would anticipate my hand here is best, so we're going to start with a standard C bet here. We have a call. I mean, it could have wicked aces. It could have some worse queens than mine. It could have like King 10, which now completes. So we're going to just check back here. He floated me on a flop. The turn is a Jack of Spades, and now he's betting. He could have Queen Jack as well, although he blocks some of the Queen Jacks here. With just a naked queen, which is second pair, and a draw to the straight. It could be blocking the straight as well. I think I will have to fold here. We have an ace and jack. We're definitely opening ace jack here. We flop a jack. Going to build a pot here, slightly bigger C bet here. My hand is very vulnerable, so it requires a bit of protection there, so we going to go ahead and bet slightly larger. Flat calling here, Jack 7. Suited, closing the action. There's no other people behind us, so I'm going to start with a check. And most likely it's going to be a check fold here. We have a gutter to the straight with the queen. We didn't improve, we just have like 4 outs at the moment. So we're going to start with a check. The river is at 3, which I don't think I can bet here and get them to fold anything now, because it's going to call me with pretty much a wide range. So I'm going to just check here again. Will make no sense to bet this this river card. Yeah, pocket nines, which probably could have made them fold that, but unlikely they will fold that. Folding is 6 here. Ten-4, we're going to pass. Folding that particular hand. And Queen 5 we're going to also fold. We had a walk with a 4 and a 7. Out of position with pocket 3s, we're going to fold. Pocket 3s doesn't flop very well post flop, so in these situations, there will be other situations with the same kind of hand that will be played differently. 3 and a 6, we're going to let this one go. Again, Jack 4, 6-handed, we're going to pass. Going to try to play a much bit tighter, aggressive sort of style. Although we're going to mix it up with some good equity hand post flop. 9-3, just unfortunate. And again, +1 has been very quiet and he opens. I'm not going to 3-bet this. I'm just going to flat call with a hand with some equity. So I'm going to check raise here on this particular board. I need to be aware that 7-6 got dead and so forth, but I think it's worth to raise him on the flop, because there'll be so many turns and rivers that we don't want to see, and we kind of have to protect our hand there. (7-4) going to be a fold here. pocket sixes in position. If this player is raised, we just can flat because we have position, of course, and we try to lure these people into call as well, so we get better. Pot will be bigger, and if we connect with our 6, then we can get both players money, or try to. Pretty bad flop for 6s, so I'm going to just check fold here, most likely. It's getting worse by the minute, so any jack now, any loose jack is ahead of us, king jack is ahead of us, so we're just going to fold here. We have the lower end of the straight, so which is not reasonable to continue there against 2 opponents. Jack 8 suited, we can start with the opening here. We are in lead position, so pretty good. He flat call me. I could have a wide range to flat call from this position, like broadways and so forth. So I'm going to start again with a c-bet. We can represent the ace as we are the pre-flop aggressor, and it does call, and it checks again. So the only way I can win this spot is by betting once again, and hopefully it will release. If he calls me in this turn, I'll be very concerned that my hand now is bit, and it's clear that it's bit, so you're gonna just check it out. But folding we had to bet again, because it could have missed the ace. Obviously he did not miss the ace, or if he missed the ace he had a pair to go with it, so most likely full house already. But that's okay, those situations will happen. Jack 5 gonna pass. That raise is just indicative of the strength of his hands, so his line should have been more like call, and when I fire the second barrel it should call, and obviously the river I will check, then you will have to value bet. So I think you would achieve more, one more bet with that rather than just raise me off the bat. 3-5 suited against 2 players, we're going to fold. We have a 7-3 out of position, I'm going to pass. Kois 51, good morning mate, good luck. Thank you Kois, thank you very much. It's been a rocky start, but we're going to get it back easily. So are you playing as well today, or are you just having a chill day? Tell us about your plan, Kois. Thank you for being here as well. And thank you for yesterday's, no, 5 days ago, follow. That was great, awesome. So this is 5-handed, so I'm going to open 10-9 suited here. We flop a 10, so we potentially have the best hand here. He called. We're going to bet once again. Hopefully, I blocked Jack 9 though. It could have Very interesting. Could have an 8. You wouldn't raise an 8 here for sure. You could have king queen for sure. I don't block king queen. Yeah, I'm gonna make a lay down here. So we're below the buy-in, so we're gonna buy for some more. King 3 suited, we're going to defend here for 3 cents. Check call. We flop top pair. We're going to start with a check and a call. The 8 is pretty bad because now when it checks the 8, I think my hand is the best, and I will try to extract some value from worse hands. Like the 6 or 5 will call me here, which it does. We're folding here 9 deuce. And for some reason my rebuy did not get completed for some reason. This is the new update of Party Poker today, so I had some difficulties at the start of the day. 6-7, going to fold. We're still 5-handed here, so obviously we will be opening our range slightly. 3 deuce in position in the button and big blind. I don't think I will be defending hands like that at this stage. Ace queen. If the button opens, definitely we're going to come for a raise. Yeah, 3x I think is reasonable from this position. You will have a wider range, of course, and we have a decent hand. Opening queen 8 here, suited, on a button, so pretty standard. And folded to us, we take it down. King 6 going to be a fold. Pocket 8's standard open. Even from this position we should be opening pocket pairs above 5s, and they folded to us, so quite a passive table. We're gathering that information. I don't know any of these players, I have no idea who they are. I'm playing with other HUD as well, so because the HUDs on Party Poker don't do well. Course 51 might try to get a grind in later. Okay, that's cool. So good luck on your later grind. Let's hope you win big. We're not going to defend here with the 4-8s. I like to defend blinds wide, but I think this is a bit too wide to defend against middle position open. He opts now to 4x open. So I do have ace jack, so I don't think with this open my ace jack will be in good shape, so I'm just going to fold here. He's been opening for 3x and all of a sudden he opens for a 4x, so I would say it is better than what he's been opening. Jack 8 we're going to pass. Small blind steals from the big. Pretty standard stuff. For 4x, 9-10, I'm in later position. I could call, but I will let it go this time. Playing a sort of a more conservative style, as I don't know the players as yet. Passing 6-7 from this position. We are now 6-handed. Queen 900 again, it's going to be a fold. Also, the software feels so much better today than yesterday. The color schemes and all that is much better. Playability also faster and more smoother. So this was the latest update of Party Poker, which it's very good. So I'm gonna for 2 cents I'm gonna complete here. Obviously we have a suited hand, so for 2 cents I see why I should not bet. We pick up some more outs, so we got 9 outs at the moment. And we bet, we take it down. With ace king we're gonna come for a 3-bet with this one. Especially when this guy comes into the pot, I think it's mandatory now 3-bet, so try to thin the field against one player with ace king. We flopped an ace and we're gonna start building the pots in a bigger side. Very dangerous board here. We have top pair, top kicker. The other hand completes a 7-9. I don't think he's doing that with 7-9, so he could have ace-10 for sure. So I'm going to bet again big and check the river. Well, I think I have to go all in here. I mean, there's so much. I mean, if I lose to ace-10, I lose to ace-10. But will be worse hands than ace-10 in his range. So, and yeah, we double up. Absolutely fine, no problem with that. We take it down. If the river was a different card rather than an ace, I will probably just check as I was doing. But when I turn a set, I mean, he could have worse aces in his range for pretty sure. So I don't know what he had. I actually didn't see what he had. Could have like ace queen or something. Because he called 2 very big bets, so he has to have quite a strong ace. Oh, he had ace jack. Oh wow, didn't even see that. It was good value for ace-10, ace-jack. We'll extract the maximum from him, and the guy just left the field. We're folding jack 8. We have a new player coming. 3-6. I think I'm going to fold here. And the gun opens, king 7 on the button. I don't think I will be flatting this hand, so I'm going to fold. Folding the 5 and the 4. Jack 8 under the gun, we're going to pass very easily. Easy release. End of the gun opens. We have a suited hand, but against the end of the gun open, I'll be out of position, so I'm just going to pass him. I don't see any crazy things that he has done before, so passing through for him. The 6, gonna fold. Ten deuce again. It's not gonna be played. Ten and a 5. We're gonna pass this hand. Queen 5 under the gun, we're gonna let it go. Open call, we're going to fold king 6. A little bit better hands they will have that my hand is crushed, so we're just gonna let it go straight away. I will be behind most of the time, so no real point to contest that. Folding king 4 here. Interesting decision here with queen 6, queen 8, which I'm going to call in position. This guy seems to be kind of a tight player. Pretty bad flop for me, so I'm going to fold this directly here. If I was on the button, I would open small aces like that. Sometimes I won't. But on a cutoff, I think ace-10 plus it's the best, or even ace-9 is okay to open. But anything below that, I think it's just throwing money into the sink. King and a 5 suited, we're going to fold. Ace-4, I'm going to 3-bet this or just call. What's the best option? I think calling is the best option here. I have position, so I'm not folding to 1-bet, so I'm going to call. And it's pretty large bet on a turn. Yeah, I need to get used to the, we don't have time bank, so I need to get used to that as well. Opening ace-10 from this position, absolutely fine. We get flattered by the button, so we flop an ace. We're going to check this ace to induce him some bluffs. There's not many things here. That's the 5 completes some straights, so we're going to start building the pot here slightly. I don't think he's going to have many 3s in his range, so it's pretty comfortable to bet there. I was trying to see if we would have c-bet, so I could have called, raised the turn, and perhaps try to get more money in. I don't think he had so many aces either in his flatting position from the button. We 5-handed again. Queen and 9 are going to pass. Opening 10-7 here from the button, a bit wider, but reasonable. Gonna c-bet here. We have a pair, so second pair, some backdoor flush draws as well, and we can easily extract that pot in our direction. 4-handed now. A flat call, Queen 9 here. This is a 4-handed table, so we'll see if we get people to join the table, otherwise I will have to break the table and find something else. Check back here. This turn, it's not a particularly good turn. The 3 blocks a lot of stuff, so I think I'm going to bet here. My queen high could be good here some of the times. I wouldn't say a lot of the times. It should be calling with ace highs a lot, but if it doesn't do that, we winning. So that's the whole point. And 10-8. It should be calling ace highs there, so in that particular run out, but was not in his understanding. Maybe he was scared of something, I don't know. Jack 6 going to pass. Gonna try to play sort of a solid way to approach the game rather than just, and they will make more mistakes. BankrollGrind say, where's the morning Foster can? It will come later. It's a bit just after 10. We are allowed in UK to drink alcohol, so I'll stick with the law for now. But welcome, Bankroll Grinder. 5 and a 6, we're going to fold in. So not much events going on over here. We double our money, and we've been just battling for small pots, which they're all very important as well. Of course, keeps you your stack intact. So 10-3, we're not going to defend this one, of course. So we're going to fold here six-handed. Now we table is complete, so which is good. So we can stick to this table. Ace King suited out of position, so I 3-betted previously. Ace King suited, but this guy limps now. I was planning just to flat someone raise, so include some stronger aces in my flatting range as well. So it keeps people thinking, oh, just because he flat called doesn't mean it doesn't have a strong hand. So kind of balance my range. But when this guy limps, it's a clear raise there. And then the gun opens. I've got pocket 5s in position, so pretty great spot to flat call here and try to set mine. And we want more players in. If they just flat call, would be great. For 4 cents to win 12, I'm on it. I don't see many 9s, 4s or deuces in his range. You could have eventually some 9s. You could have higher pairs. It's a possibility, but when he opens 4, I'm not going to fold here. I'm actually going to raise him, I think, or just flat call. There will be a lot of turns we don't want to see. You're going to flat call here, actually. 7 in a way is a very bad card for me, because he will have some 7s in his range, and he keeps betting. So when he bets this turn, when he bets on the flop, it's okay, it's questionable. When he bets this turn, I think my 5s here are dominated a lot, so we're just going to fold here. On a flop, I don't see the reason to fold a pocket pair. On a turn, when he bets, it's pretty sure that at least he has to have a pair to do that kind of stuff, unless he just like ballooning with ace queen, ace king, ace jack, with 2 overs and stuff like that. But I haven't seen anything from him to indicate that, so I'm going to take a more conservative approach against him. But folding 5s in that 9-4 deuce board is pretty ludicrous if we do. We should not be folding that. The 7 brings more things in play that it will be in his range. King 7, I'm gonna fold. This guy calls. I'm not going to overcall with ace 4. I think it's a pretty bad play, so we're just going to fold. If he hadn't called here, I would have definitely 3-bet my ace 4 against him, against the button open, but because this guy just calls, ace 4 is not going to do well against his range, so we just let it go. Blind and blind, I think is reasonable. 5-9, any 2 cards is fine. We're going to see bet here, and if he calls, we fold to the next street. 7 doesn't improve our range, so I'm going to just with a check here. And if he bets, we're going to release this hand. Blind on blind situation, so it could have a wider range, including some queens and 7, so I'm going to fold here. Going to fight for the pots, and and if we think that we are behind, we are behind. Obviously, if I'm calling here, king jack in position. If we're suited, I probably will 3-bet him, but still, I think he's a bit too loose to 3-bet. And by flatting, I can represent more hands. Like this kind of boards could be a board that he doesn't hit him. I've got 2 overcards, so I'm just going to call here. Ace is in his range, so pretty bad card for me. So he checks, we're going to check back. We have a king now, we don't need to bet. The question is, would he have worse hands than king jack here? He bets the flop, he could have an ace for sure in his range. But because I just river the king, he will definitely have a lot of aces here. But because of the situation here of the king, I will have to call. Oh no, I timed out again. God dang it. I need to get used to the time bank. I don't have time bank at all. So this is just the countdown. When it comes to 0, your hand is dead. So it's quite nice because it speeds up the game. You don't have like 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes of, posturing and waiting, but you need to get your head around that as well. That hand definitely deserved the call, I would think. But a lot of people will check an ace when they turn their ace, just to kind of try to underwrap their hands. So I'm okay either way with a fold or a call. The call, it was not a big bet on the river, but was like the pot was like I think it would bet half pot, so it's reasonable that he's value betting a wicked ace there. But yeah, I'm gonna call here with a suited queen. We brought the wrong suit to the party, so we're not gonna continue here. We're gonna check fold. A lot of these cards are in his under the gun +1 late position range, so we're just gonna fold here. We don't have any suit to go with it. 5 and a 3, we're gonna fold. King deuce, we're going to fold. Ace jack, opening here. Let's open a 7-6 suited as well. Kind of balance the range we're opening in early position sometimes. Can be very profitable in the future. $7-10 from this position, you're gonna just let it go. We're going to call here, obviously, for 2 cents with a suited hand. Check folding here. Yep, check folding is fine. Don't see any other way of playing that hand. We could have 3-bet as well. That's also a possibility, but I think I will be called almost 100% of the time. He has like position, get position on me, and he's definitely going to have a lot of ace x, queen x, king jack in his range. So queen 6, we're going to open. We're opening wide the button. We want to get involved, we want to get money flowing. We say aggro 999 thinking, and e3 bets. It doesn't 3-bet a lot as far as I can see, so I'm just going to pass this hand for the amount of chips to be called. 8 and a deuce, we're going to pass. King jack, I'm going to try to open here. We have position now. Falling around. Take it down to 1, 3-9. Gonna fold. We've been live now for an hour. We're going to fold here. We're not going to defend queen 6 here. Pocket sixes. In a small blind. We're in for just a flat call. Got a ball. However, the 9 can complete higher straight, so we have to be careful with that. We have 3 cards to our pair, so we're going to fold. Playing a bit more conservative on that matter. He limped. A few hands ago he limped and we raised, he fold, so we're going to probably try, if he's folded to us of course, to raise him again. And this guy comes along. I think from this position I'm going to just, oh, this is a big raise, so yeah, clear fold now. Not only because of the raise, because as well of the action of this guy and this one as well, but he folded every time he limped, so his king against his king. Folding 6-8 against his opening. We're folding queen 8 here. King queen from another gun, we're gonna pass. Gonna balance a little bit our opening ranges as well. (5-3) offsuit in the big blind. He doesn't play well post flop, so the likelihood of we falling here is very high. I'm gonna fold here blind on blind. Jack and an 8 on the button. Gonna go for an open. And we get 3 bets. First time I see this guy 3 bets. And I have marked him as a tight player, so we're not going to continue with this hand, so I'm going to fold even in position. The hand doesn't play well post flop either, so we just let it go. 6 deuce the same. So we're going to tie it up a little bit here because we don't getting any hands, so we're going to now wait for a bigger hand to try to play it. Interesting to note is when players have like ace kings and stuff, they will bet so big that, you know, will spiral. I think they overplay their hands a lot, so we see the case of the ace jack against the ace king. So, and we see again later with the ace king as well, both of the players. 6-3 are gonna fall. We having a bad run of cards at the moment, so we're gonna just wait and for our chance to bring the game home, bring the game to our side. Folding is folded again, pretty standard. We most likely gonna fold here. Pocket deuces and a button. We're gonna call here, set mind purposes of course. He's gonna bet this a lot, we're gonna just fold. Jack 10 suited, we're gonna open from the cutoff. We are 500 now, so our hand selection has to be wider now. Pocket raise, we're going to defend our blind of course. He plays better in calling range than in 3-bet range, so we're just going to go on a call. And 3 cards over to our card is pretty awful flop for the 3s, so we're gonna just let it go. We're definitely gonna 3-bet 7s here out of position against the button opener. Jack 7, we're gonna let it go. Equal with Jack 3. Folding Jack 4 here. There's a lot of action here. The 10 completes a lot of straights now, and some of the floats will now be completed. Uh, 10-4 suited, we're going to fold here. Queen 10 folding. Jack deuce, gonna fold. Calling here in position with pocket threes. Check. Gonna go for the c-bet here. Our hand needs a lot of protection, so I'm gonna bet. Take it down. 8-10, I'm gonna fold. 10-9 suited are definitely opening. 10-8, I think I will pass this time. Jack 12, gonna fold. We do get a walk. 9-4 on this position, we're gonna just pass. Seven deuce again, gonna just let this hand go. King guy wins. 10-5, we're gonna fold. We're gonna fold 8-3 here. Folding the 9 and 10. Four and 6 we're also going to fold in position. Blind and blank situation. Jack 3, I'm going to pass. Folding 7-4. Jack 7, we're going to fold under the gun, of course. Defending here Queen 9. Not a good flop for me, so I'm going to start with a check and check fold. Folding 10-9. King 7 again. 1 second, be right back. Cinepod, thank you very much. Mic is off. Good luck. Thank you, bro. I didn't even realize the mic was off. We're gonna Queen 9. Gonna do a tight fold here with Queen 9. Against his range, it's gonna have a lot of ace-x. I'm gonna open 8-6 here. It's a hand that plays okay post flop, so we're definitely going to open those kind of hands. And we have a flat from the small blind. We can think about broadways and stuff like that that he could have in his range. Obviously, he's in a small blind, he's going to have a tight range, so we're going to start with a check. I'm going to try to bet and take the pot here. If we get called, we shut down the river. It's very simple. But when you check twice, I mean, we have to try. King Queen, we're going to open. We are six-handed, so we can open hands like that. We have 2 overcards. We don't have backdoors. This is a good board to see bet, so I'm going to see bet. There's not many things connects with this board that is flatting me with from the small blind. Opening ace 5 suited, of course. Any suited aces I will be opening. We see a flat from the button, so pretty bad flop for me. We are against 2 opponents, so default play is to check here. Now we have got a ball to the deuce. We have about 10%, so I'm going to start with a check. We still have an ace as a backup. So checking here, I will lose to a 4 or a 7 here, often enough, or even 5s, yeah. I'm not sure if he will fold if I bet there with 5s. I would think he will be calling me light, well, not light, but he will be calling me a lot. So that's the reason I didn't bet there. Eight and a 4, we're going to fold here. For this, we're going to fold. Well, today we had the update of the party poker, so this is what you're seeing now is the new update. As far as I know, that's going to be only this update for now. It feels much better than yesterday. The color scheme is a bit crisper and cleaner. The buttons play pretty fast and pretty good, so very nice comparing to what I was playing yesterday. So yeah, I think that's the latest update. It just came in today. or at some point this between yesterday and today. So really good software now, very close to PokerStars, I would say, in terms of playability, and yeah, it does feel good. Although we don't have like big time banks and stuff like that, but this is the latest update that I've done this today, and the lobby is different. It's all in black. Yeah, it just is different now, so a bit crisper and more user friendly. Defending 9-8 here. We'll flop an 8, so we're going to start with a check here. Most likely a check call on this particular board. The 3 doesn't change a lot, so we're going to start with the bet here. Is expected the other player, if he has a flush draw, to bet. If he has a king, you will bet in that board. If he missed completely, then we have to start betting. Folding queen 10. I'm not going to 3-bet queen 10. I normally do, but not this particular instance. We have a jack and 6 with under the gun open. We're going to fold. We are 5-handed. Those 3 here we're going to fold. He plays well in the blind, specific big blind to defend, but to raise call is not going to be good. So we're going to fold. Folding ace-8. A lot of people will be tempted to open hands like that, but ace-8 actually doesn't play well post-flop, so it's better to release under the gun straight away. Under the gun open, we have king 8 of suits, so we're going to fold. Folding here. So this is the updates for Party Poker, and this is the new software, what you see now. on stream is the newer version of the software. Folding king 7, yeah. Folding. I'm gonna call here. This hand plays well post flop. Get 3-betted, so I'm gonna fold. We're gonna fold king 3. I'm gonna get some more drink and I'll be right back. Folding 3-4 as well. Folding 7-6 under the gun. We're going to defend here big blind with 6-7, most likely. Going to start with the raise, a 3-bet here out of position with 6-7. Going to make some 3-bet size hands like that as well, to kind of balance your range. If you just flat call all the time, it's going to be very predictable and very easy to play against. We're folding king, queen, king, jack here against this particular player. You just can't flat call all the time hands like that. You also have to limp hands like ace-king and defend blinds with ace-king rather than just go for 3-bets all the time, so you balance your range. So I'm going to go for a flat here. I've been 3-betting ace-king a lot, so I'm just going to go and balance my range. We have a gutter. We don't have any, we don't block any diamonds or anything, so I'm going to start with the check here. Second 6 hits the board. That doesn't change nothing at all. We're going to fire a bet here to see if he releases his hand. And he does, which is good. I'm going to fold 9 deuce. Queen deuce is suited, but I know the gun is opening, so I don't want to flat this, so I'm going to fold. Folding 7-3. We're not going to steal blinds with hands like that, 7-3. I prefer hands like Jack 7 to sort of steal the blinds with. Folding it. A blind on blind Jack 9 will play. 9-10, we're going to open 9-10. As we forehand, so 9-10 increases in value, folding 5 deuce. Stream has been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And we are 500 now, so blind on blind again with a very strong hand, blind on blind, so we're going to open. This guy buys for half and posted out of turn, so we're going to take advantage of this dead money and raise with a ace-9 in position, which is a very important part of the game plan, in position. 7-6 could be in his range. We do have a 9 and we have position on him as well, so I'm going to start with a check here. Those give us a gut shot as well, but when it bets this much, I mean, it's pretty sure that, you know, I could be losing to so many combos here, 2 pairs in his flattening range and so forth, so I'm going to just fold here. Yeah, 7-6 as predicted. So we have to make the right decisions in that spot. It did show 7-6, so that's how we know. Uh, 7-8 in the gun. We're going to try to open 7-8 here to sort of balance my range of under the gun opening. And it's a hand that play well post flop as well, so there's added value to that. We have a 10 and a 9 big blind, so we probably can defend this, but depending of these 3 players' actions here. For X, I'm going to fold here. Opening, blind on blind, Queen Jack, very strong. 3 deuce, we're not going to defend here, so we can't overcall with that, so we're just going to let it go. 3 betting is not going to accomplish much with 3 deuce because a lot of flops will be over your 2 cards, and unless you have a perfect flop, it's a hand that you should not consider 3 bet against open and a flat call. ZDR119 looks like he likes to play some sort of connectors, so also to be having that in consideration. Pocket 8s, we're definitely opening here. Gets folded. King 7, we're going to fold. We are 500, but King 7 still a hand that I don't wish to play in this situation. We're not defending Jack 4 here. The 7 we're going to fold. And if the gun opens, got 4-5 suited, I'm going to fold in a cutoff. Folding 3-5. We're not going to abuse opening hands like that, so we need to be careful with that. We will not defend King Deuce suited here, but we could if we had more information about this player, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to fold, especially when this guy clicks back. For 7, I'm going to fold. Folding the 9-6 in position. Folding Ace-3. If you haven't followed us on the Discord, you can sign up down below. It's for free. It's called BankrollGrind community, and we have a good community, a good bunch of lads, and talk about strategies and many other things. So feel free to join the Discord there. You can find the link just below in my tabs down below where it says Discord. We provide free content of poker play and much more. Mixed games, including 6 max, 9 max, full rings and MTTs and sit and go. So it's a wide variety of in our portfolio on that community, so be free to do so. So here I'm gonna bet here. You seem not to be very interested in the pot, so I'm gonna call. Gonna bet one more time, see if he can release his hand. Make him release his hands. Yeah, does get it through. So we take it down. Folding king 5. Ace king 8-3. We're going to be folding here. No real reason to play this hand. Opening S5. Hand that plays well post flop, so we're going to open this hand. Get a flat from the button, so and small blind comes along, and I would expect the big blind to come along as well. So we have a gutter here, and the small blind could have a lot of kings. So I'm going to start with a check here, even with the gutter ball. So I got 3 outs, 4 outs in this case, and I still have a overcard, backdoor, flush draws, and to go with it. Pretty big bet. I don't have the odds to call 11, so I'm getting like 3-1, which will need like 4-1 to make this profitable call. So I'm just going to fold. You have like 20% of outs, so we need at least 4-1 to call to be profitable. I'm going to quickly go to the toilet and I'll be right back. So bear with me a second. Probably have to play this hand before I go. Pocket 5s. We're going to flat here against the button. This guy comes along, so one more reason to flat call here, and we're going to check fold here. There's no real reason to bet here, so we didn't flop a set, so we're going to just check fold to a bet. 10 makes even worse, makes more likely that buttons and small blind range, a lot more the small blind range than the button opener. and the second ace hits the board, completing flush draws. I'm not calling here, so let go. I'll be right back. Right, we're back now. I had a quick right toilet break. We're going to fold here. Putting Jack 5 here. Mr. Jabot, thank you very much for the question, and I've sent you the link already. So join the community, it's great fun, it's a great community. You have a bunch of array of poker there, and also there are other streamers within the community. And you can find full ring, all bankroll challenges most of the time. So it's great fun. You can discuss a lot of stuff. Great community to be on board with. Very nice people. So you definitely should be on board, and everyone should follow suit as well. So yeah. And you can post links, hands for review. We will be reviewing. There's other poker players there, some of them semi-professionals, so yeah, it's a great community. So just add your Discord to it and get in there, and you're good to go and set for your new challenge in your poker. And we try to help, obviously, with our knowledge how to improve your game. You can have access to some coaching with me as well, so if you wish, try to improve your game. We're going to open here, King Jack. We don't get a bunch of hands yet, so we will be opening a lot of the hands. So 8, 3, 7, 4. We're going to start with a C bet here. We have 2 overcards, so that has some value there. This board, it's not a particular board that will hit his hand that very hard, so we can C bet there comfortably and easily. C betting every single board is a pretty bad mistake, but boards like that, definitely you should have that in your C bet range. Let's start with a check. If I had a king here, I would have checked as well. I'm gonna bet here. I seem not to be too interested. I don't know. I just have 10 high, but could be a good board to bet. The 7 now he leads on the 7, so I'm going to just fold here. I just 10 high, so we tried, it didn't work out. So yeah, the king, he shows the king again. Reasonable. Try to slow play, but we don't fall in those traps. Folding here, obviously. Jack 8 against open and a flat call under the gun +1. Range pretty strong. You have a queen and a 10, they're suited. We have position on the button, so we're definitely going to flat call here. It's a hand that plays well post flop, so against under the gun raise, I don't think I should be 3-betting here. And this guy comes behind, so the hand gets a bit more appetizing to just flat call there. It's not a particularly great board. So I'm going to start with a check here. I'm going to start here with the bet. I got a queen, so 2 players that didn't bet at all, so we're going to take our chances and bet that, of course. We have a pair of queens, so Ace-10 here. This guy limps. I'm going to start raising with Ace-10. I don't want to flat Ace-10. I have position now against him, so I'm going to start with the raise. And he leads for pot, so pretty disgusting situation here. I think he will have aces here a lot, even kings. He could have some queens for sure. The way he plays, so I'm going to just fold here directly. King 8, we're going to fold. We're not going to defend 7-3 here, although it's the button opening, but I'm still not going to defend that. folding 10-8 to that particular play that opens under the gun +1. Folding here Queen 9. It's not going to do well against his range. (8-9) is a fold. 9-10 definitely opening, but 8-9 just a bit below EV expectation, so we're going to fold there. For deuce. Folding 10-8. We have pocket deuces here in a big blind. Deuces don't flop very well, but if it's to a single raise, we're definitely going to be in a mix. In this situation, just flat calling is fine. I don't think raising is any good. With pocket deuces, we're going to check call here. We have a flush draw, and we have a pair. Pretty difficult board to bet again, or the lazy bet here, so we're going to just check. And it bets 8. I don't know how many clubs can he have here, so but this board is pretty bad for the deuces, so I'm going to just fold here. We have now pocket kings here. We're going to definitely 3-bet under the gun. A 3-bet the under the gun opener with pocket kings, of course. I'm going to start with a small bet here. We take it down. King Queen, definitely opening. We flop the Queen, so there's a Jack there and 6. So we're going to start betting here. Let's see, bet here. 7 cents. Folded. King 10, we're going to open King 10 as well. Sort of a very passive table as well, so I was about to open 10-9, but I think he does play better later position than early position with 9-10. So I'll let it go. We have pocket queens in a big blind, so I expect to 3-bet this hand a lot. If he gets all folded, we probably just flat call here and try to trick him. But this guy comes along now, so we're definitely going to 3-bet here. I don't need to 3-bet that big, so I think this 3-bet is reasonable. And he pounds 43 and this guy calls, so queens here will never do well here. The likelihood of having aces is so big that I will fold here my queens. It might sound very strange, but that's the best option here. And this guy just go crazy with 10-8, 10-9. Sometimes you have to make big laydowns like that. So this guy clearly overplayed his king. So we're going to put that in the notes as well. It's no problem to do laydowns like queens like that. I mean, just look at the action. The guy opens, I 3-bet, the guy 4-bet, the other guy called a 4-bet. So queens will never be good here, or in majority of the times will never be good here. So it's clear that he has a big pair like kings, aces. He could have jacks as well, but I don't think he will take that line with jacks or tens. Even if he has tens, we were crushed anyway, so it's a decent fold there. It's a fold that a lot of people at this stakes will not do, but I think due to the action you saw, it's the best possible outcome for your queens. For 3 cents, we're going to call here with a suited hand. I'm going to check call here. He's betting pretty big, so he doesn't like the clubs here, so I'm going to just continue calling. And I think here I should be check folding. Pet boards, yeah, it doesn't, any ace bit is here, so we can't win this hand. Yeah, the 9, okay. I'm going to fold here against a 4x. I'm going to open ace king here. Pretty simple opening. Get 3 betted. We're definitely going to call. You could have like a pairs like queens, jacks, and so forth. This guy overplays hand before, so I'm going to call here. Not a particularly great flop. I don't have any backdoors. Diamond's not good but as a backdoor anymore. Jack doesn't change a lot deal, but he completes some flushes, so I'm going to just fold. He does overplay a lot of his hands, so I would expect him to have like a queen 10 here a lot, or a set of deuces. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Button opens. This guy's going to come along, pretty sure. And I'm going to just flat call my 9-9s. I flop a set, which is pretty good, in an ace 9-3. I'm going to start with just a call here. I want to keep the button player playing the game. No, the 5 doesn't change a lot, so I'm going to start here with a 3-bet. He could have some ace 5s, he could have some 5s, some 3s, he could have like ace queen, ace jack. Ace queen, ace jack will never give up on this board. Ideally we want to see the king is pretty good, so I'm going to bet here pretty big. So I'm going to bet here 220 and to get paid by 2 pair. They all folded. Oh, yeah, they stand. Yeah, we get paid. So, absolutely fine. We almost get paid there. Perhaps I should have bet slightly smaller, but the way that the button, there's 2 players holding there, so it could be a good spot for us to get paid, but obviously they didn't pay us off. 10-6. And by betting big, you kind of getting yourself into a more bluffy range than a value range. Almost worked there, but I perhaps could have bet slightly smaller, yeah. Folding king deuce. Folding e5-7, and I need another break. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I had to get a call. We all back now. Try to grind. Bankroll challenge grind. That's a big shove, and this guy gets it through with the top pair, flush draw, not flush draw to go with it. So yeah, it's a good, decent call. We're gonna see a flop here with our ace high, so I'm gonna check. We're gonna bet our ace high here, and we complete the ace, so that should be fine. Just because of the kick, I didn't value bet the river, but against this player, I will be value betting a bit more often. But flop for king 10, so we're going to check fold here. Well, just a good price to let it go. So we're folding here against two players. Ace 3, 7. We have king 10, so we have to fold that against three players. 10, 9. Folded to as we're going to open here. 10, 9 plays well post flop, so it's definitely a good hand to open in that position. Cut off 8, 6, not going to be opening. We're most likely going to open king jack suited here. This guy opens for 4x now, so I think the 4x we can comfortably fold king our hand there. Ace king, he again overplays his hands. We're going to call here with jack 9. Definitely a decent hand to call. We're going to check call here again. I want to see a turn below jack. That's not a turn below jack, so I'm going to just let it check again. I think when it checks this turn, I need to value bet, kind of small, to be called by like ace I. 6-10 we're gonna fold. Let's open King 6 here. There's 2 players only to act ahead of us, so we definitely can open here. Ace. He did that with Ace King, so we're gonna fold Ace 10. Folding here, 10-9. We see open from the late position. Ace 4 against this guy again. I think I have to let it go. In this particular instance, of course. We're definitely going to open here 6-7, blind on blind. Get 3-betted, we're going to fold. He's 3-betting pretty tight, so he's not showing any signs of doing something different than that, so we're going to be respecting that a lot. Folding King 9 here. It's a hand that gives you a lot of trouble. So definitely folding there. It's a hand that looks good, but at the end it will give you a lot of trouble, especially from the position we are at the moment. If we are like in late position, I think it's okay. And from this position and again +1, I think it's pretty bad. And we see a guy raising with, I would assume, with Ace 10 of spades or Ace 10 with the Ace of spades. I will be surprised if he has just like a King Queen here. Very surprised. Yeah, the Ace 10, but the other guy had the Jack. which obviously completes the flash. So a good note to have. We're probably going to defend due to the fact of this guy being kind of a loose aggressive guy. So we have a suited hand, so we're going to check call here. He bets 8 cents. This makes it pretty difficult to play with the 8-cent bet, so I'm going to fold. If I had a better connection with the board, I probably will carry on, but my hand was a bit too all over the place, so folding, and it's absolutely fine there. 5-7, I'm going to fold here. If I have this on the bottom, we're going to have to fold here. I'm going to fold Jack 7. If you have any questions, please just put in the chat. I'm more than happy to discuss hands or discuss even your hands if you want to post a link, boom link. So I'm more than happy to have a look, and we go from there. I'm going to fold Ace-4 here. We try to obviously create a community. We do have a community. If you haven't seen yet, go to my panel just down below my stream, and you see Discord there. You can join the community, BankrollGrind community. There's another streamer online at this moment. It's called ade614aac79f from Bankroll community. He does stream 9 max cash games, so pretty entertaining lad, and from London. And you can get a lot of insight on both sides. I do 7 max most of the time, 6 max most of the time, or that's my grind, I would say. But there's other players there that they do stream other games like mixed games and stuff like that. So it's a great community to be on board with. So if you haven't done that yet, please do. I'll get you the Discord link over there. You're more than welcome to connect yourself with the community. I'm going to call here with 6s and go from there. Pretty bad flop for me, better flop for him, so we're going to start check folding here. I don't see any other. He's not betting here, just, you know, Queen Jack. He has to have an ace here to bet, so I'm going to fold. In a small blind, I will have hands like King Queen, Queen Jack, King Jack. There are hands that connect with that board, so when it bets, it's pretty clear he has an ace there, so I'm going to fold there. We have a 6 and a deuce, we're going to fold here. Queen 6, we're going to be folding here. Folding here. We're going to call here. Very strong hand, and I think I will balance my range by just calling here. Against 4 players, it's a pretty scary board, but we're still going to check call one time here. We have a top pair with a very good kicker. Bets call. Pretty unlikely I can call here against this action. Sometimes you have to call ace king, and you know, so you can balance your range, but with that board it's pretty hard to be dealing with better. And of course a full house there for the chap, so a great fold again, very good fold. We're going to be closing the stream very soon, so I hope you enjoyed it. This second video on 2NL. We will be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock GMT, and we're going to do another session for at least 3 hours, and then we're going to finish the stream there. You can find my play of 2NL back in the videos. This is the second video which I will be uploading to Twitch, also to YouTube, which I'll post as soon as I have a video there, I will be posting the link. So a great tool for learning to play 2NL and how to play solid games at 2NL and how to be profitable. So currently I'm winning 26 big blinds and a half per 100, so which is pretty good. A very solid winning rate over 1,300 hands. Yeah, join me in my grind, and we're going to go from there. But we will be completing now our session. We're going to sit out the next big blind, and we're going to go from there. And I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, if you have any other questions, join us in the community Discord. I'm more than happy to discuss hands with you and situations that you might be finding difficult to make sense of the hand. We have a community that can help you and improve your game and be a winner on the game. So we are there to help. So join us there, and welcome to the community. So I will be sitting out the next big blind. Obviously we're going to wait until the delay kicks in. And then we're going to start winding down the session. So we've been on for 3.5 hours of poker. So I think I don't like to extend my videos that much, because then you wouldn't get the idea of the play. You start getting tired, and your decisions will be less effective. So I'd like to put up good content, but not over extending the content in terms of talking and be 10-12 hours on stream. I don't think that's beneficial, and it will not bring much to the understanding of the game as such. So we're almost in a big blind, and we're going to be sitting out, and we're going to be just talking a bit about the play today, and we're going to show you some of the things obviously we've been doing. So so far over 1,300 hands, we have won $7, which reflects in big blinds per 100 at 26.5 big blinds per 100. So a very solid win, very steady. We won 80% of our sessions. We played for almost 12 hours overall, and we started this on the 7th, so yesterday, and we contributed $1.23 in rake, and we have won $7 as profits. So pretty decent sessions here. And I think obviously we can bring you some value in our community and by you to improve your game and how to play a solid solid game and profitable game, and extract the most value from your opponents, and we are here to help. So follow us on the Discord and don't be afraid. We are a great community, and just join us. So with no further ado, I'm gonna